What's happening, guys? We're in the Harley Davidson room. Seems appropriate on this 1982 Harley Davidson FLT Classic. This is the Tour Glide Classic, the original frame-mounted fairing, king of the road. Bike's just been totally gone through by one of our lead techs here at the museum. It was on his bench for about a month. The service ticket was 46 hours. I'll go over in detail what he did to bring this thing back for a second life. And she's stunning. Not really much more to say. We'll take it out for a ride. Let the bike speak for itself.
Just while we're waiting for him to come around, we can ship the bike anywhere in the States inexpensively. Message us your zip code for a quote. Licensed, insured, enclosed transport from our door to yours. Bike is sold with a clear title, no issues with registration. We're going to let the photos and the riding demonstration here speak for themselves. He's got done with a full refresh and road prep. Bike is ready to go cross country today. Paint job's off the charts. I believe that's the original. Substantial amount of time in the detail department this week, and the boys just cleaning it up. I believe they stripped the motor down. Complete repaint with the original paint on the tins.
What's happening, guys? Ken Kaplan here in the Harley Davidson room in front of the vintage Harley Davidson sign. One of the first videos we've done, actually the second video we've ever done in this location that was recently finished with a classic Harley Davidson 1982 Tour Glide Classic. Seems a perfect spot for this. This is an absolutely stunning original paint survivor. One of my favorite paint combinations, the black with the dark gunmetal gray with the orange pinstripe, with the orange on the bar and shield logo emblem. Just a stunning beauty, original paint, classic survivor. This bike has just been completely gone through front to back by one of our senior technicians, and I just took it for a test ride, and you can see why these were the ultimate king of the roads. If you're looking for a classic motorcycle that not only you're going to enjoy, but your significant other, your wife, is going to love this saddle. Look at this thing. It's a wraparound, big leather seat, the wraparound armrest, plenty of room to put two helmets in the back and a weekend's worth of clothes heading up to Americade. Now this is a classic you can ride cross country. It has the Tour Glide. The big difference on the Tour Glide, take a look at this fairing. Kind of looks like the nose of a shark or something like that. This is a frame mounted fairing. Unlike the traditional FLH fairing that would move with the steering wheel. This stays planted on here, and that's today's most popular Harley Davidsons come with that style fairing. This is one of the first to come with that fairing and one of the last to have the shovel head engine. In '84 they came out with the Evolution engine. So this is the last of a breed, and it is, the previous owner took really good care of it. I forgot to add, the previous owner is actually our neighbor here. He lives about a half a mile up the street here, and he's got a garage full of Harley Davidsons, and he had to let one of them go. He was restoring, his brother passed away, and he inherited his brother's shovel head, and he was redoing that. So he sold this one to come up with the cash to finish his brother's bike. Starting with the fairing, fairing's in beautiful condition, one of the nicest vintage fairings from that era I've seen, with, I believe, the original windscreen on there, which is still in good shape. The dual headlights look beautiful. The paint job on the front fender is stunning. It's got the big eagle on the front there. All the lights work nicely. It's got running lights here. Highway pegs, I love this, being 6'2", you can stretch out. Suspension works great. The floorboards are the original, beautiful floorboards. The gas tank is, the original paint looks beautiful on it. Look at the gauges on this thing. The gauges look in mint condition for an '82. Usually they're foggy and faded. These look stunning. The Tour Glide Classic logo is intact. The original saddle's in really good condition, as is the Tour Pack, and the saddlebags. Has the chrome bars surrounding the saddlebags, and the Electric Glide Classic logo on the back here, and the King Tour Pack logo. This was an option to get with it, and it has tons of storage inside of here. Enough for 2 full-size helmets, gloves, and plenty of room in the back here. So the bike has just been gone through. As I said, it was in the shop for about a month, and 46 hours labor. They replaced the carburetor. We had in stock a replacement carburetor. I'll go over the work order in a minute. A new air filter, and the gas tank was taken off and bicarbonate sodium cleaned on the inside, and a new fuel petcock was installed, new fuel line, and new carburetor, replacement carburetor. So the whole fuel system's been completely rebuilt. The brake system's been completely rebuilt. The master cylinder, the brake lines, and the front calipers were all serviced, fresh oil, caliper rebuild kits. The calipers were honed and cleaned, and so the brakes work like they should, like a set of dual disc brakes would. The throttle cables are the braided stainless upgraded throttle cables. It has upgraded mirrors in chrome. All the control housings are chromed. The grips are chrome. The levers are chrome. Bars are the original stainless steel bars, so some nice tasty upgrades there. The twin fog lights are an upgrade, as are the highway pegs. In addition to the upgraded intake and carburetor, it also has upgraded exhausts. They're drag pipes, but they aren't that loud. They're baffled drag pipes, so it's not obnoxious or anything like that. The rear tire has about 90% tread and is a replacement tire, Dunlop, in great condition. The front tire has about 70% tread and has a little bit of dry checking on the sides from sitting mostly, but definitely a usable tire, or you can replace it if you want. So let me go to the work order here. And let me show you the title. We have the title in hand, clean title in hand, state of Connecticut title. So, and I have the work order. So Junior can go around the bike as I read this off. The work order total was 46 hours. That includes a complete major detail, wash and wax, buff, and wax the paint job, all the aluminum, the chrome. Every square inch of the bike was detailed top to bottom, washed, buffed, chrome polished, frame, motor, and the wheels were all touched up as needed. The parts list used, I'll go over that in a second. Full rebuild, let's see, hold on, wrong page. Of course, they changed the engine oil, has 2050 weight engine oil Maxima, has a brand new glass inline fuel filter, new fuel line, new fuel crossover lines, a complete Zenith carb, which we had in stock, replacing the original carburetor, a new air filter, OEM, front master cylinder rebuild kit, DOT5 brake fluid, brand new Harley Davidson petcock, a new oil pressure gauge assembly, a new oil filter, and a new front brake caliper rebuild kit, a new front brake line, and a new set of keys were cut for it. So let's see, I think I pretty much covered everything that it needed. Complete oil service, all the oil was changed. That means the primary chain case oil, the transmission oil, and the engine oil are all brand new. And the hydraulic oil and the brake fluid in the front brake master cylinder and the rear brake master cylinder. The rear brakes were also completely rebuilt. The front calipers were rebuilt, rear calipers rebuilt in both master cylinders, and it has the tank was also treated with the metal rescue rust preventative treatment inside. Not lined. The tank was not lined. It was just cleaned. And there's 2 gallons of C112 non-ethanol VP race fuel in it. So if you parked it, that gas is good in there for years. It's not like pump gas. It's gonna. So if you want to leave it in the museum, you wouldn't have to necessarily drain the gas out like ethanol. So I did a little market research on this. The current NADA value of the 82 Tour Glide Classic is $15,310 for a number 1 condition bike. A number 2 condition is $98.60, and a number 3 is $71.40. I'm going to say this bike is a solid number 2, maybe 2.5. So somewhere between, on the low end, $72.40, and on the high end, $98.60. I'm going to say a current market value somewhere around $8,500, which is justifying the work order of $5,406 that we put into it. So we put about just under $5,500 of parts and labor into the bike, mostly labor, and it's beautiful. It's ready to roll into the museum. I'd proudly display this in the museum as an original, unrestored classic shovelhead Tour Glide Classic. So, Kenny, is there anything you'd like to add about this before I wrap it up?
No, I was explaining earlier. I mean, mechanically, it's 10, motor super tight, absolute joy to ride, and it's just been gone over by our tech, so it needs nothing to go out today or even be ridden cross country. And it's got, I mean, man, it's the right color. It's from the right era. It's a late model shovel, the peak of production for this motor, and you know, just can't say enough good about it. If you're looking for a late shovel Tour Glide, this is your bike.
You know, one of the things Kenny pointed out, I forgot to mention, this is one of the last years of the shovel head. So any of the bugs that were in the knuckle and pan head was improved with, and then they had a close to, I think it was about a 15-year run on the shovel head model. So this is one of the last models. It's as good as a shovel head ever got, and this is a good original classic, original engine matching combination, original engine, original frame, original paint, on the top of the line bike. So there's really not a better Harley from this era to invest in. And as far as investments go, the pan heads are really, the knuckles and pans are disappearing quickly from the countryside. They're either in private collections or have been shipped overseas. Most of them are, there are more in Japan and overseas than there are in the US now. And the shovel heads are the next best investment to a pan head, and they're just disappearing. So if you want a good classic shovel head, buy this bike. If you're looking for a bike that's going to go up in value, buy this bike. If you're looking for a bike that you and the wife can enjoy, that's not going to cost an arm and a leg on insurance and taxes, heck, a new Tour Glide Classic is going to set you back over $30,000, and as soon as you roll it out of the showroom floor, you're going to lose $6,000 to $8,000 in value. This is a rock solid investment that's just going to go up whether you ride it or not. So good luck bidding on it, and as always, God bless America for building. And God bless Harley Davidson for building kick-ass machines like this that stand the test of the time. This is not a disposable bike like some of the Japanese touring bikes of that era. This is completely rebuildable, made out of American steel, and it's an American classic. So I'm going to roll it back in the museum, ride it back in the museum. You're welcome to leave it here as long as you like or take it home right away. So good luck bidding on it, and God bless America. I'm going to ride her out.